Yo, what's poppin' everybody, and welcome back to Zero Review Stuff. My name is Zero, and in today's review, I'm going to be hopping in my brand new whip and reviewing the debut studio album, That's What They All Say, by the Kentucky-based rapper Jack Harlow, which was just released today on Atlantic Records and DJ Cannon's record label, Generation Now. That's What They All Say, like I said before, is the first full-length project by Jack Harlow after releasing a string of EPs from 2011 when he first started out, to 2020, the most recent of those being Sweet Action, an EP which I relatively enjoyed for the most part. Something Jack seems to be able to do very well that not a lot of other rappers can manage to do, is bring a fun, powerful, and energetic song that has both emotional sincerity and upbeat party vibes. He's never being too braggadocious or preachy or flexy, if you will, and I love that about his music. Jack isn't afraid to have fun while also showing you his vulnerable side once in a while. So on that note, just how well did Jack manage to keep current fans reeled in while also simultaneously bringing in new ones? I think we can all agree that Jack Harlow has come a very long way since his first mixtape, The Handsome Harlow, which was released in 2011. In his early works, he was always talking about how he wants the world to see him in the future, and how he wants to succeed and become a millionaire. With the release of this album, he finally gets to say, I became exactly what I wanted to. I became a millionaire at 22. Because of that, this album is essentially a celebration album for Jack, and a toast to how far he's come. It's also really just Jack wallowing in his newfound fame, fortune, and success, but not in the way you may expect. He's not being overly braggadocious and flexy like most rappers, like I said before. He's just enjoying himself and having his fun because he finally gets to, but his writing is still heartfelt and clean throughout the whole album, and it never fails to paint a beautiful picture of what fame really is. He wants to remind us that yes, being rich and famous and successful is great, but it does not mean that Jack is not human. He still is. He still feels sadness and emotions like the rest of us non-famous people. Like on past releases, he's also repping the hell out of his hometown in Louisville, Kentucky, and reminding you that he's proud to be from Kentucky. Hell, he even name drops his favorite Kentucky liquor store on one of these songs. It's really hard to find anything unenjoyable about this album, aside from maybe one nitpicky thing. It's fun, clever, incredibly vibey, and just overall something you'd want to listen to, say if like you were taking a late night drive through Las Vegas, or if you were in a casino or something. He just has so many vibes to deliver, and it actually also would not surprise me one bit if Jack Harlow claims to take inspiration from the late Mac Miller, because I would definitely be able to hear it. When they're both rapping softly, they do sound very much alike, and their beats definitely have similar vibes that make them sound alike, or even well together. If Mac Miller was still alive, I would have loved to see him make an appearance on this album, but sadly he's not. When I first saw the features that were listed on this album, I was really scared. I don't listen to a lot of the artists that Jack featured on this album, mainly either because I've just never heard of them or I just don't like them, but I was actually incredibly surprised when I heard most of them. Route 66 featuring EST Gee is actually my favorite song on this album for a variety of different reasons. Jack already kills this song enough as it is, but EST Gee just revives it just to kill it again. And the chemistry between the two rappers is just fantastic. They both have different flows, yet they work so well together, and they both absolutely nail it at giving this song the late night Las Vegas vibe. In fact, when I heard this song, I just wanted to take a late night drive through the fanciest and most lit up parts of Vegas while blaring this song with my windows down. Especially with how much COVID has fucked us over, that would be really nice right now, and I'm sure a lot of people can agree with me. I was actually also kind of excited for Some Guy featuring Adam Levine, because I really do like Adam Levine's voice. I love Maroon 5, but I was ultimately a little bit let down. This song is a lot of fun and ultimately one of the poppier, brighter songs on this album, and that's mainly because of Adam. Because of that, I thought he was going to deliver some great vocals, or even a surprise rap verse, even though Adam doesn't rap, but all he really does is harmonize and have background vocals. Jack kills this song as per usual, but I would have loved to see Adam snap back and harmonize his singing with Jack's rapping. Even though I was let down, I wouldn't consider this song one of my least favorites, mainly just because of how much I love Jack's verse and just how much fun it is, like most of the other tracks on this album. Another one of the songs on here that actually ended up surprising me a lot and managing to be one of my favorites is Creme. Creme is a very Juice WRLD oriented song that has a beat I never would have expected to hear Jack Harlow rap on, mainly just because of how much it sounds like something Juice WRLD would use. I would even go as far as to say that Jack took inspiration from Juice WRLD with this song, but did it without making it sound like he was just trying to copy Juice. His flow and rhythm sound very reminiscent of something off of Juice WRLD's Death Race for Love, which actually made me a little bit emotional while listening to the song, admittedly. This beat has that Juice WRLD beat style guitar that is reminiscent of a lot of his old songs, and I'm not sure if Jack used this on purpose to try and give us some sort of Juice WRLD vibe, but if he did mean to, he ended up doing it very well. I would have loved to see Juice WRLD feature on this song with Jack if he was still alive. It would have been the perfect collab, especially with this beat. I can tell that Jack had a lot of inspiration for this album, and he ended up using all of them so well while still giving his own vibe and feel to it. The only song I really had any in trouble enjoying or vibing with was Face of My City featuring Lil Baby. I never liked Lil Baby's voice, music, or style, and he certainly couldn't change my mind with this song. Lil Baby is not meant to sound good with a lyrical and raw rapper like Jack Harlow. He would have been a lot better off with somebody like Lil Uzi Vert because their styles more closely resemble each other. When Lil Baby started his verse, I honestly felt like I was listening to a different song and I didn't like it one bit. I love the beat of the song and the heavy 808s it managed to boom through my speakers, and I love Jack Harlow's verse, of course, because come on, it's a Jack Harlow song. But Lil Baby ultimately just feels very out of place on this song, and that's why it's my least favorite song on this entire record. It felt very off-putting on this record, and it didn't do anything for me at all. But shit, what can I say, man? Jack Harlow has come a long way since his debut EP, The Handsome Harlow, in 2011, and his whole discography has managed to prove that he is only getting better and better from here, especially with this album. This album captures the highlight of fame, success, love, and fortune so perfectly, while giving it a fun, upbeat, and vibey feel to it. I can definitely see this album making the top 3 on my top 10 favorite albums of 2020 list, which is going to come out towards the end of the year, by the way, so don't miss it. But yeah, man, this new Jack Harlow album, That's What They All Say, is a very huge step in the right direction for the still rising rapper, and this album is definitely going to give him his place in the music scene. I'm giving Jack Harlow's debut studio album, That's What They All Say, a very, very strong 9 out of 10, the highest ranking I've ever given a hip-hop project on this channel, so if you caught that, you're a true fan. Thank you guys so much for watching my review of Jack Harlow's debut album, That's What They All Say, which just came out yesterday. If you guys enjoyed this review, make sure you let me know you did by dropping a like on it. Comment some other things you want me to review, because I know there's been a lot of new albums and projects coming out lately, so you want me to touch base on something, whether I've heard of it or not, comment down below, I'll give it a listen and review it. And also, if you do want to listen to Jack Harlow's new album, I'll be putting the link to, it's probably going to be the Spotify, or no, I'm going to put the Spotify and the YouTube in the description down below, but yeah, other than that, guys, my name is Zero, and I will see you guys in the next review. Thank you so much for watching, and peace.